where would you rank the ESPN power rankings of great shooters?
Where would I rank myself or you?
Oh, no. You don't have to rank me. I know where I am.
Okay, I'm saying I'm number one. I'm going to say I'm number one. I'm going to say I'm number one, man.
Okay.
I'm going to say I'm number one. Take the NBA players out there. I'm going to say I'm number one.
Okay. You think you're the best shooter in the building?
Yes, I do. I have no proof of this, no evidence of it whatsoever. But until further notice, I'm going to stick with that point.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm not surprised that you have that confidence, but there might be a couple of guys in the building that would reach out to me after this is over.
I haven't seen them, so that's the whole point. Until further evidence, I'm going with me.
Your first impressions of the tournament?
Well, listen, I think that UConn is clearly number one, no doubt about that. I've been more excited by the women's than the men's, to be quite honest with you. But I've looked at UConn. I've seen a couple of their games this year, particularly against Marquette. I saw them in the Big East tournament. You see what they bring to the table and what have you. You can't ignore them. They're the reigning defending national champions. This is what they bring to the table. I like Arizona a lot, though. I got to pay attention to them. There's some surprises that can sneak in or what have you, but I'm thinking UConn, and that's where I'm going with the men's right now. Even though I watched North Carolina, I was really high on them until they lost to NC State in the ACC title game. I didn't think they would lose that game, but they ended up losing that game. I thought Pittsburgh would do a better showing as well. I didn't see that happen. So I got to pay attention to that. UConn, to me, just seems to be like the team to be. And on the women's side, it's clearly South Carolina. I can't ignore what I'm seeing from Dawn Staley. Over the last 3 years, I think their record is like 101-3. They're like 66-1 over the last couple of years. And they have back-to-back undefeated regular seasons. So with the women's, it's definitely South Carolina. With the men's, I think it's UConn.
I had Coach K on last week. He's not in favor of expanding the tournament. Jim Boeheim, a couple of weeks prior to that, was on. He said, hey, I'd be in favor of 96 schools. Where do you stand on expansion, or do we have the right number of schools at 68?
I think it's about the right number. I think it's about the right number at 68. If you can't make the top 68, I know there's controversies from time to time, particularly that bottom portion of it all. But at the end of the day, coming into the season, the 68 teams are going to make the tournament. You should be definitively one of those 68 teams. And if there's a question mark about it, then it's a question mark about you, and you can't make much of an argument.